My name is Richard Patrick. I am the lead singer and sometimes guitar player for the band Filter. And we are releasing a brand new record called The Algorithm, and it comes out August 25th.
Beautiful, Richard. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So, as you mentioned, Filter returned with your first album in 7 years, titled The Algorithm, on August 25th. So, how are you feeling about it the closer it gets?
I am really psyched. I mean, I think it's really a great body of work, and I'm excited. It reminds me of the old days, like title of record, Amalgamate, that era. And I'm super pumped, and I can't wait to hear the reaction from the fans.
So, could you dive in a bit deeper about the album musically and what you were going for with it?
Well, I love working with new artists as well. When I work on Filter Records, I loved working with Sam Tenez and Zach Monowitz and my bandmates Johnny Radke and Elias Mullen and Rotten Bobby. And it's it was really fun because I wanted to make something that was really aggro and crazy, but something that also had hooks, something that you could walk away with and can hum to yourself. And yeah, I think we did that.
So, you've released the singles Obliteration, For the Beaten, and Face Down. So, overall, would you say that say they're a good sonic representation of what to expect?
Yeah, but there's always a few curveballs with Filter. There's always going to be a lighter song like Take a Picture. There's a song called Burn Out the Sun, which reminds me of Take a Picture, and another song called Command Z, which is really kind of just a beautiful little weird instrumental. Well, not instrumentally, it's very like light and airy, but the subject matter is really heavy, and I'm just super proud of it. But yeah, there's going to be some curveballs on this record. I hope everybody's ready for it.
And I noticed that The Algorithm isn't one of the song titles on the album. So, where does that name fit in with it?
The algorithm is everybody's got an algorithm. Everybody's got a problem that they need to solve. And whether it's for me, my biggest problem in life was my drinking problem that I had when I was in my 30s and 20s. And I solve that issue every day just by not drinking. And but everybody's got their own fight. And so the algorithm is the challenge that you face that you can overcome.
The press release says that you have given the classic Filter sound a modern sonic edge on this album. Like, firstly, do you agree with that? And if you do, how do you give the old sound a modern edge?
I don't know. I mean, it was basically I live in the now. I'm inspired by today's music, but not necessarily today's rock music. I'm inspired by like guys like Scarlord. I think he's amazing, or this EMD artist named Rezz, and I I kind of focus on that more than I do like what's going on with rock, because when I hear rock today, I just think of what I would do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'd go to that chorus, or I don't know if I would do that verse. You know what I mean? So I try and just a lot of what inspires me as well is the movie scores that I do.
So, along those lines, did you go into this album with a set idea of where you wanted the sound to go, or did it take shape more during the creative process?
No, it totally took shape in the creative process. Like I literally jumped in feet first and just explored and just swam around musically and did whatever I wanted to do.
So, we touched on this before, but you've collaborated with a number of artists, including Zach Manowitz, Sam Chinez, as you said, Mark Jackson, and Ian Scott. So, what was the reason behind bringing so many different people in?
I just I love collaborating with different artists that I think are really cool. I love Sam. He's an amazing lyricist, an amazing melody writer. Zach Monowitz brings insane guitar parts, like for the Beaten, and he did Up Against the Wall, and he did Say It Again. And I just love working with different artists that can help me kind of explore where Filter can go, take Filter on a little bit of a journey. Yeah, I really recommend that to all my fellow artists, is just shake it up a little bit.
So going back in time a bit, bro, like you started Fielder after leaving Nine Inch Nails in 1993. So what was your early vision for the band, and how's it changed since?
um the earliest vision was that we would make records that would move people, and that vision has not changed. I got into this industry because I really just thought I had something to say. And when I left Nine Inch Nails, I just promised myself that I was going to do as good a job as I possibly could, and make music that really moved people.
That would make this year your 30th anniversary, bro, since going out solo. Like, is that sort of giving you scope to reflect on the band and your achievements?
Yeah, 30 years is a long time.
It is.
And I it's I if I stop and just pat myself on the back, I feel like I've stopped too early. Like, for me, music is a constantly evolving thing. And I don't know. I'm glad that I've been in it as long as I have. But I feel like I still have a long way to go.
And you're off on tour this month with Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, and Ministry. It should be a hell of a lot of fun.
Yes, we are going on tour. It's called the Freaks on Parade Tour, and it's Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, Ministry, and Filter. And we are really looking forward to it. All the bands are friends. Like, I've known Rob for 30 years. I've known Al for like 40. I've known Alice Cooper for like 6 years. So everybody's friends, and we all just want to have a good time and bring forth the rock and play the hits. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm not expecting that lineup to make it over here, but have you personally gone as far as booked anything for Australia?
Australia is going to happen. We are going to announce an Australian tour within the next couple of days.
Oh, with that lineup or just yourself?
No, just ourselves, just
Okay.
headlining ourselves. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, now before we go, mate, I've just started a couple of new heavy Spotify playlists up. So I'm just going to ask you to give me 3 of your own songs for each playlist. One song that'll get you in the mood to party, one of your songs that'll save your marriage, and one of your songs that could potentially end a marriage.
Okay. The first one is The Drowning,
Yep.
to get the party started. The second one is To Save My Marriage, is Burn Out the Sun. And then to end my marriage, I would probably say something like Face Down.
Face down, beautiful.
Or
Oh,
no, not Face Down. Say It Again.
say it again. Too easy.
Yeah, Say It Again.
I'll add
That would be the one that would be the one that I would play at the end of my wedding or marriage, because that was written about, like, the fact that my wife always tells me stuff and I can't hear her. Like, for some reason I just don't listen. And I said, I'm gonna use that in a song. When I was listening to the song, we were on a walk and she was talking to me, and I was like, say it again. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. And so that's what I would sing for the end of our marriage. If I hope that never happens.
Beautiful, Richard. All right, well, thanks very much for your time today, mate. It's been a pleasure. The Algorithm is out August 25th, and she is a bloody good album, mate. I listened to it before the interview, and well done. She's a cracker. So, and we'll see you over here when you announce your tour, I guess.
Yes, you got it. And absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to coming out and supplying some rock.